America doesn't just like fried chicken, it worships it. We consume over 9 billion chickens every year, turning crispy, juicy chicken into a national food group. But here is the truth most people never think about. Not all fried chicken chains are created equal. Some deliver golden, flavorful perfection, while others serve dry, forgettable calories that make you question every decision that led you to that drive-through window. Today, we're ranking 12 of America's biggest fried chicken chains, from the absolute worst to the one that truly deserves the crown. Number 12. Golden Chick, the bland Southern standby. Golden Chick has been around for more than half a century, and on paper, that should mean something. A chain founded in 1967, born in the heart of Texas, serving fried chicken for over 50 years. It sounds like the recipe for a regional legend. And to be fair, when you catch Golden Chick at the perfect moment, when the chicken is actually fresh from the fryer, the experience isn't terrible. The coating is light and crisp, the meat has a tenderness that hints at real potential, and you can almost imagine what this chain might look like if it truly pushed itself. But the problem is exactly that. You only get that Golden Chick experience when everything aligns perfectly, and that almost never happens. Quality swings wildly from one location to another, and even from hour to hour. Stop by at the wrong time of day, and what you get is chicken that tastes tired. Seasoning so mild it borders on flavorless, skin that loses its crunch under heat lamps, and pieces that feel more like filler than the star of the meal. Golden Chick tries to stand out with extras like yeast rolls and catfish, but even those feel like supporting actors reading lines from someone else's script. Nothing truly shines. And in a world where chains like Popeyes and Dave's Hot Chicken are pushing bold spices and explosive flavor, Golden Chick feels like it's stuck in the past, quietly hoping nostalgia will be enough to keep it relevant. After 5 decades, the chain hasn't evolved, hasn't innovated, and hasn't claimed any identity beyond, fine, if you get it fresh. And in the competitive world of fried chicken, fine just isn't enough. Number 11. Polo Campero, Latin spice, limited reach. Polo Campero is one of those chains that people either swear by or have never heard of in their lives. Founded in Guatemala in 1971, it arrived in the U.S. with a mission: bring bold, Latin-marinated fried chicken to a country dominated by Southern-style recipes. And when you taste it fresh, you immediately understand why the brand inspires such loyalty overseas. The chicken is marinated for hours, letting the spices actually penetrate the meat instead of just clinging to the surface. Every bite hits with a warm, aromatic blend of Latin seasonings that feels completely different from the pepper-heavy Southern traditions most Americans are used to. It's flavorful, juicy, and unmistakably unique. The type of chicken that announces its cultural roots with confidence. But that signature flavor is also Polo Campero's biggest obstacle. The seasoning profile isn't built for mass American appeal, and for many first-time customers, the taste feels unfamiliar or even too different from what they expect fried chicken to be. And then there's the bigger issue: availability. With only around 100 US locations, most Americans will never get a chance to try it, much less make it part of their regular dining rotation. Even when people do find a location, the menu's grilled options, while healthier, don't carry the same punch as the fried classic, making the overall experience feel inconsistent. Polo Campero deserves credit for bringing authenticity into a market that often plays it safe, but the reality is simple. A great chicken chain can climb the rankings if the majority of the country can access it, and its bold flavor profile limits its mainstream appeal. It's a gem for those who appreciate it, but too niche to rise any higher. Number 10. Church's Texas Chicken, budget over quality. Church's Texas Chicken is one of the most frustrating chains on this entire list, not because it's terrible, but because it constantly hints at greatness and then refuses to follow through. Founded in 1952 in San Antonio, Church's built its reputation on big portions, bold Texas flavor, and prices that everyday families could afford. And on the surface, that formula still works. You walk in, you order a combo that costs noticeably less than the competition, and you walk out with a full box of fried chicken. The honey butter biscuits are legitimately excellent, soft, warm, and sweet enough to feel like dessert. And when the spicy tenders are fresh, they can deliver real heat and surprising juiciness. But when fresh is Church's entire problem. This chain lives and dies by consistency, and it loses that battle almost every time. One visit might give you tender, juicy chicken with a crisp, flavorful coating, and the next might serve up dry pieces that taste like they've been sitting under a heat lamp for far too long. The seasoning is often shallow, the breading falls flat, and the frying oil, which should be the heart of any fried chicken operation, isn't always rotated as often as it needs to be. That leads to a greasy, heavy flavor that drags everything down. Church's occupies an important space in fast food, affordable, filling, accessible. There's value in that. But when you're ranking the best-tasting chicken chains in America, price doesn't outweigh quality. Church's proves that budget-friendly chicken has a role, just not a place at the top of the flavor hierarchy. Too inconsistent to love, too affordable to ignore, it lands firmly in the lower tier. Number 9. Shake Shack. Chicken Shack, premium but limited. Shake Shack wasn't born a chicken chain, far from it. What started as a humble hot dog cart in New York City eventually became one of America's premier burger destinations. But as the chicken sandwich wars heated up, Shake Shack entered the arena with the Chicken Shack, a premium-style chicken sandwich that immediately caught people's attention. And honestly, it deserves the praise. The chicken breast is hormone-free, coated in a crisp, well-seasoned breading, and cooked to order. The potato bun is soft, buttery, and intentionally chosen to complement the chicken rather than overpower it. Add in fresh lettuce, tomatoes, and their signature Shack sauce, and the result is a sandwich that feels crafted, thoughtful, and undeniably high quality. The real strength of Shake Shack's chicken offering is consistency. Whether you're eating in New York, California, or anywhere in between, the sandwich tastes almost exactly the same: fresh, juicy, and carefully assembled. There are no shortcuts here, no heat lamps, no soggy holding trays. Everything is made with premium ingredients and assembled with the same attention to detail that made Shake Shack famous. But as good as the Chicken Shack is, the reason Shake Shack lands at number 9 is simple. They're not a chicken chain. They don't offer bone-in chicken, wings, tenders, or any of the traditional fried chicken staples that define the category. Their chicken menu is intentionally small, just a sandwich, nuggets, and variations of the same idea. In a ranking focused entirely on fried chicken, Shake Shack is playing with a limited playbook. High quality? Absolutely. Broad enough to compete with the specialists? Not even close. Number 8. KFC Original Recipe, the declining pioneer. KFC isn't just a fried chicken chain. It has the reason fried chicken became a global fast food phenomenon. Colonel Harlan Sanders' iconic blend of 11 herbs and spices built an empire, turning a small Kentucky service station into one of the most recognizable food brands on earth. And when KFC is good, when the chicken is fresh, crispy, and seasoned the way the Colonel intended, you can still taste echoes of what made this chain legendary. The aroma alone, that unmistakable herb and spice perfume, can pull you straight back to childhood. But here's the reality. KFC today is not the KFC that built the empire. Over the decades, efficiency and scale have overtaken craftsmanship. The original pressure frying method that gave KFC its signature texture has been modified to fit modern high-volume operations. Instead of chicken constantly fried in small, fresh batches, many locations rely heavily on holding cabinets and heat lamps, meaning the chicken you get could have been sitting for far longer than it should. The result? Pieces that range from juicy and flavorful to soggy, limp, or frustratingly dry. Then there's the inconsistency from one franchise to another. A great KFC location can still serve one of the best pieces of fast food chicken you will ever taste. A bad one can make you swear the recipe changed. And while KFC keeps dropping new menu items, bowls, wraps, limited-time flavors, many of them feel more like caloric filler than the carefully crafted sides that once defined the brand. KFC's legacy is undeniable. The Colonel's recipe is still iconic, but execution has slipped far from its roots. Today, KFC sits comfortably in the middle. Too historic to fall lower, too inconsistent to climb higher. Number 7. Zaxby's Chicken Fingers. The regional secret, Zaxby's, is one of those chains that inspires fierce loyalty from the people who live near one, and total confusion from everyone else. Founded in 1990 in Statesboro, Georgia, Zaxby AS has grown to nearly 1,000 locations. But almost all of them are clustered in the Southeast and parts of the Midwest. If you don't live in Georgia, Alabama, the Carolinas, or a handful of surrounding states, there's a good chance you've never even seen a Zaxby's sign, let alone tasted what it offers. And that's a shame, because Zaxby's delivers a level of flavor and consistency that deserves national recognition. The centerpiece is their chicken fingers, hand-breaded tenders that strike a surprisingly perfect balance between crispiness, seasoning, and juiciness. Even though the chain operates at large scale, the chicken rarely feels mass-produced. There is a certain homemade quality to it, the kind of texture and seasoning you expect from a local spot, not a regional chain. But the real magic at Zaxby's is the sauce lineup. From the mild, tangy Zax sauce to the fiery, tongue-numbing nuclear, the sauces elevate the tenders and give the chain a personality far deeper than just chicken and fries. And speaking of fries, Zaxby's crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, and optional coleslaw actually complement the meal instead of filling space on the tray. Sides aren't an afterthought here. They're part of the experience. Yet, despite all this, Zaxby's remains held back by geography. You simply can become America's best chicken chain if most Americans can try you. Zaxby's is the regional powerhouse. The chain people passionately defend, but only if they live close enough to know it exists. Number 6. Dave's Hot Chicken, Nashville Heat Explosion. Dave's Hot Chicken is the definition of a modern food phenomenon, a chain that didn't slowly build over decades, but instead erupted onto the national stage. What started in 2017 as a small Los Angeles parking lot pop-up run by a group of friends has transformed into one of the fastest-growing chicken brands in America. And the appeal is obvious the moment you open the box. Dave's doesn't just serve spicy chicken, it serves Nashville-style heat with a level of intensity and authenticity that most fast food chains wouldn't dare attempt. Each tender or slider comes coated in a vibrant, fiery spice blend with heat levels ranging from mild to reaper, a level designed to make even seasoned spice veterans sweat. This isn't a gimmick. The spice isn't just on the surface, it's infused into the oil that coats the chicken after frying, giving each bite deep, layered heat rather than shallow burn. The chicken itself is juicy, thick, and consistently crispy, creating a perfect balance between texture and flavor. And visually, the food is stunning. The bold red color practically demands to be posted on social media, and that aesthetic has fueled the brand's explosive rise. But Dave's also comes with limitations. The menu is intentionally minimal, offering little for anyone who wants milder flavors or healthier options. The spice-forward approach can alienate customers who simply want classic fried chicken rather than a heat challenge. And while the rapid expansion is impressive, some locations have already struggled with long wait times and growing pains. Still, for spice lovers and trend chasers, Dave's Hot Chicken delivers an experience few chains can match. It's bold, unapologetic, and culturally relevant. A true heat wave sweeping across the country. Number 5. Slim Chickens. Comfort food done right. Slim Chickens is the chain that quietly does almost everything right, without the loud marketing or viral hype that pushes other brands into the spotlight. Founded in 2003 in Fayetteville, Arkansas, it has grown steadily across the South and Midwest by focusing on one simple idea: serve fresh, hand-breaded chicken with real Southern hospitality. And once you try it, you understand why Slim Chickens has earned a devoted fan base. The tenders here aren't the thin, over-breaded strips that some chains toss into a fryer and call it a day. These are substantial, juicy pieces of chicken, hand-breaded throughout the day, not frozen and pre-coated. You can actually see the difference in the texture, and you can taste it in every bite. But Slim Chicken's magic doesn't stop with the chicken. Their sauce selection is unmatched, offering more than 17 different options, from classic honey mustard to unique creations like cayenne ranch or mango habanero. It gives customers the ability to tailor their meal exactly to their taste, and it adds a layer of customization that most fast food chicken chains simply don't offer. And then there are the sides, real Southern sides. Mac and cheese that's creamy instead of watery, fried pickles that actually stay crunchy, coleslaw that tastes fresh rather than shipped in a plastic tub. Each side feels intentional, not like a last-minute addition to fill a combo box. Slim chickens may not have the nationwide presence of some of the major players, but where it exists, it elevates the entire fried chicken category. It proves that comfort food, when done with care and consistency, can stand toe-to-toe with the biggest names in the industry. This is Southern comfort, refined and delivered with pride. Number 4. Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit. Bold Southern flavor. Bojangles is one of those chains that doesn't just serve food, it serves a statement. Founded in 1977 in Charlotte, North Carolina, Bojangles built its entire identity around bold, unmistakably Southern flavors. And nowhere is that identity clearer than in its legendary Cajun Filet Biscuit. This isn't your average fast food chicken sandwich. The chicken breast is marinated, seasoned, and breaded with a Cajun spice blend that doesn't merely sit on the surface. It sinks deep into the meat, giving every bite a slow-building heat and savory punch that sets it apart from anything offered by national competitors. But the real magic comes when that chicken meets Bojangles' most iconic creation, the scratch-made buttermilk biscuit. These biscuits aren't frozen, reheated, or pre-mixed. They're made from scratch every 20 minutes, all day long, creating that perfect combination of soft, fluffy interior and buttery exterior. Paired with the seasoned chicken, the biscuit turns the sandwich into a true Southern masterpiece, and Bojangles doesn't stop there. Potato rounds, their unique twist on hash browns, offer a crispy, seasoned alternative to standard fries. The chain also thrives because of something many competitors overlook: freshness. Most locations cook their chicken fresh, not from frozen, and the difference is obvious. Yet, despite its quality, Bojangles still remains primarily a regional chain. If you don't live in the Southeast, you may never experience its bold flavors. But for those who have, Bojangles isn't just a restaurant, it's a ritual. The Cajun Filet Biscuit is a reminder that Southern comfort food, when executed with care and character, can rival anything the biggest players in fast food bring to the table. Number 3. Popeyes Spicy Chicken Sandwich, the flavor icon. Popeyes has always played its own game in the fried chicken world, but everything changed in 2019 when it dropped the spicy chicken sandwich, a menu item that didn't just make headlines, it reshaped the entire fast food industry. Suddenly, every chain was scrambling to release its own version, and the phrase, chicken sandwich wars, became part of the cultural vocabulary. And it wasn't hype for hype's sake. When Popeyes gets it right, this sandwich is a masterclass in flavor engineering. The chicken itself is enormous, thick, and shockingly juicy. It's coated in a crispy breading seasoned with that signature Louisiana spice blend, a mix of cayenne, garlic, paprika, and herbs that doesn't just provide heat but layers of flavor that unfold with every bite. This isn't mild, forgettable seasoning. It's bold and unmistakable. The brioche bun adds richness, while the thick-cut pickles slice through the heat with bright acidity. It's a perfect balance of crunch, spice, fat, and tang. And then there are Popeyes sides, which aren't just filler. Red beans and rice, Cajun fries, mashed potatoes with authentic Cajun gravy. These help define the brand's identity. Popeyes tastes like Louisiana because it is Louisiana, but Popeyes also suffers from something no seasoning can fix: inconsistency. Some locations nail the sandwich, delivering perfection every time. Others struggle with long waits, rushed batches, or poorly assembled sandwiches that don't live up to the hype. Popeyes is, in many ways, its own worst enemy. Still, when judged purely on flavor, Popeyes stands near the top for a reason. Few chains have ever created a chicken sandwich that changed the industry. Popeyes didn't just enter the conversation, it dominated it. Number 2, Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Simplicity perfected. Raising Cane's is the rare fast food chain that succeeds not by offering more, but by offering less, and doing it flawlessly. Founded in 1996 in Baton Rouge, Cane S built its entire empire on a menu so small it almost feels risky. Chicken fingers, fries, Texas toast, coleslaw, and the now legendary Cane's sauce. That's it. No spicy versions, no wings, no sandwiches overloaded with gimmicks. Just a relentless focus on execution. And that laser-sharp focus is exactly why Cane's has become a national obsession. Every order starts with chicken that's hand-battered and fried fresh, not pulled from a warmer or dropped from a freezer bag. The coating is always crisp without being heavy, the meat stays juicy, and the flavor, while simple, feels impossibly consistent. Whether you're in Louisiana, Nevada, or Ohio, Cane's chicken tastes the same. That alone puts it ahead of half the industry. But the real star of the show might be the Cane's sauce. Creamy, peppery, tangy, and mysteriously addictive, it has achieved near-cult status. People buy it by the bottle, argue about copycat recipes online, and treat it like a dip worthy of its own food group. And then there's the Texas toast. Buttery, soft, and grilled on one side for the perfect balance of crisp and chew. Cane's also benefits from something rarely seen in fast food: energy. New locations open to massive crowds, drive-through lines wrap around buildings, and social media treats a Cane's run like an event. The hype isn't manufactured. It's earned. Raising Cane S proves a fundamental truth about fried chicken. When you perfect the basics and execute them every single time, you don't need variety. You just need to be better than everyone else. Number 1. Chick-fil-A. Original sandwich, the gold standard. Chick-fil-A didn't become the #1 chicken chain in America by accident. It earned that position through a philosophy built on precision, simplicity, and a near-obsessive commitment to consistency. The original chicken sandwich, just a buttered bun, a hand-breaded chicken breast, and 2 pickle chips. Sounds almost too simple to top this list. But that simplicity is exactly what makes it extraordinary. Every detail in this sandwich is engineered for perfection. Chick-fil-A pressure cooks its chicken, a method that locks in moisture while giving the breading a delicate crispness that never feels greasy. The seasoning is subtle but flawless, a blend that enhances the chicken without overpowering it, creating a balanced flavor profile that has become instantly recognizable. The toasted, lightly buttered bun adds warmth and richness, while the pickles bring a clean burst of acidity that resets your palate with every bite. It's a sandwich that doesn't need gimmicks because the fundamentals are mastered. But what truly elevates Chick-fil-A above the competition is its unmatched consistency. Whether you order in Georgia, California, or anywhere in between, the sandwich tastes almost identical. That's not luck. That's strict training, high-quality ingredients, and an operating system designed to minimize variation. Add in famously polite customer service, clean restaurants, and reliable drive-through efficiency, and you get an experience that feels premium even at fast food speed. Chick-fil-A proves that excellence doesn't require complexity. It requires control, discipline, and a refusal to cut corners. In a world where fast food chains constantly chase trends, Chick-fil-A wins by perfecting the basics better than anyone else. That S why its original chicken sandwich isn't just good. It is the gold standard of American fried chicken. When you look across all 12 chains, one truth becomes clear. Great fried chicken isn't about flashy menu items or viral marketing. It's about execution, consistency, and respect for the craft. The bottom of the list suffers from inconsistency, bland seasoning, or identity crises, while the top contenders, Raising Cane S and Chick-fil-A, win by perfecting the basics with near-scientific precision. Flavor matters, but reliability matters more. The chains that soar are the ones that deliver the same high-quality experience every single time. So did your favorite make the list or get robbed?